And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth. We're talking about consumer advocate content and advice and things to do, things to avoid, helping you avoid a lot of that commission-based advice, that commission breath that's so prevalent in our community. Consumer Quarterback Show here. We want to be your number one resource. We're going to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage with you so we can help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Give us a call on the hotline. You can text it as well, 813-670-7372. And we are going to make sure we return your call, your text. Also, go to consumerqb.com. That's our website. You can see links to all of our expert contributors under the expert contributor tab at consumerqb.com. You can watch the live show version as well, the live stream version of our TV show version, which, by the way, we're 5 o'clock drive time right here on 1380 The Biz, weekend show on FM 102.5 The Bone, Sunday mornings, daily show now as well on WeBeam, as well as Apple TV, Amazon TV, Roku, Sony TV, 85 other outlets. So whether you're watching on a smart TV or radio or iHeart, we appreciate you tuning in, and we're going to help you live a better life. That is our goal. This segment is brought to you by the Bill Maher Beach Resort. The official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Bill Maher Beach Resort over on beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. Now, this hotel has a restaurant on site, 2 pools. They've got lots of toys or games out back and games you can play. Lots of fun stuff going on at the Bill Maher Beach Resort. Live music as well. The official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Bill Maher Beach Resort over on Treasure Island. Make sure you give them a call. Let them know. Clyde Smith, general manager, let him know that the real estate quarterback sent you. Take him up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio, back in studio. Chuck Peterson in the house, Suncoast Roofing.
Hey, Brandon. Good to be back.
Yes,
been
sir.
here a while, but good to be back in Tampa Bay finally.
Yeah, man.
Running the state for you.
Yeah,
Trying
you've
to keep everybody going.
been taking care of those folks that got hit by the hurricane up there.
Panhandle. Been pretty beat up.
Yeah,
but,
man.
They're recovering.
Good.
Doing well.
How's the spirit up there?
They're doing good. Yeah. Beach season's back in, so they're starting to get some tourist business back, which is trickling in, because of the damage up there. But they're coming. They're coming.
That's good, man. Floridians they're going to bounce back.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're tough. We got Fred Muth in the house, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, a.k.a. the Tin Man.
The Tin Man, not to be confused with
Danny
DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
I'm a little taller. It was the original.
That's
Tin
right.
Man.
The original Tin Man. What was that? A movie he did?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Way
Is that,
back. Way back.
Oh, Tin Cup is
Tin
the
Man.
one.
Tin Cup
Yeah,
was
that's
that's
with,
a different one.
Kevin
Costner, right?
That's the golf thing.
Danny DeVito, he focused on how many crooks were in the aluminum business back in the 60s when the aluminum siding first came out.
Really?
And they made comedy out of it. And
Wow.
what is amazing in the aluminum industry, there are a lot of tin men, so to speak. And for many years, it had a degraded reputation based on what went on back in the 60s in the aluminum siding.
No way. See,
Yeah.
I didn't know that whole
I didn't
chapter.
either.
I missed that whole chapter,
Only
man.
Danny DeVito could make a comedy out
Yeah,
of that.
I want to be the comedy. And however, everything that he did in the movie really portrayed the truth of what went on back then.
Wow.
Because this new product came out and every schmuck and his cousin would come in and, I'm going to sell it. And
Right.
they would do whatever they could to sell it.
Wow.
But we don't do that at Tampa Screens.
Right.
We do not operate like that.
Great
Believe me.
reputation.
You can call me the Tin Man all day long, but I am not going to follow that guy's footsteps.
There you go. And we have a special guest making his debut as well, Mr. Fred DeFelice, Water Science. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you so much, Brandon. So
Yeah,
great
man.
to be here. Yeah.
My pleasure. Tell us a little bit about what we're going to educate our listeners about today.
Well, we want to talk about water treatment and some of the problems that's in our municipal water. We try to educate people the best we can.
Yeah, the municipal water system. There's even, documentaries out there. I think one of them's called Water Wars, and it's a big deal. Water. I've heard it said that the next big war will be about fresh water.
Absolutely.
I've heard it said. I don't know. That's a big political question there, but but here locally, we're talking about helping homeowners, and we're going to dive deeper in how you helped us out at our home, and the difference in it, with water being such a, not only are you ingesting it internally, but when you do take baths or showers, your second largest organ, or your number one largest, I believe, is either your skin or your intestine. Yeah. So I can't remember which one's which.
Actually, your skin.
Yeah. So your skin is the largest organ on their body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seeps in through the skin, and there's a lot of not intoxicants. What are they called? Contaminants. Yeah. Toxins and I almost said intoxins.
Yeah.
But so Fred DeFelice, Water Science, and waterscience.us is his website. So we got a great lineup for you today. We're going to talk about consumer advocate tips, ideas for you here on the show. And we have feel-good stories coming up at you as well later in the show. So let's jump right into it. We've got Chuck Peterson back in studio. Suncoast Roofing. Wanted to get an update from you. We hear from Mary in the past. We've had Mary on the show. And, just kind of following up and checking in with you guys, man.
Well, we're doing well. Yeah. I've been, of course, up in the panhandle, like we talked about, since the hurricane, basically. So we opened up an office in Tallahassee. We opened up an office in Panama City.
Wow.
And I've been kind of running all that operation up there. And Mary's been handling the Tampa stuff and the Bonita Springs stuff for us. We got an office in Orlando now.
Wow. Okay.
So continually to grow, but, trying to maintain the standards that we have as always.
That's right.
When we first started on the show with you many moons ago these days.
You still in Jacksonville too? Do you have Jacksonville? Or
no Jacksonville yet.
Okay.
So we got Melbourne.
Melbourne,
and then New Smyrna Beach is our corporate office.
That's right. Okay, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
New Smyrna Beach.
Yeah. So
interesting.
That's a bunch.
Yeah, that's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing? Give us something. Give us a nugget here. Give us something for the consumer to understand more about when it comes to either a roof replacement, a roof repair.
You have to call somebody that's two things really. You have to call somebody that's reputable. I mean, we've talked about this 1,000 times, the guys who'll go out there and, want to give you an estimate, take half your money up front and go down the road.
Right.
You don't need that. You need to call somebody. You can check online. You can check the state websites. You can check the municipality websites, make sure people are registered. But you got to call somebody that you trust to come out there and get on the roof and give you an evaluation.
Let me ask you that, because I think a lot of times in business, I know, like when I have a mortgage industry, and then I've been in real estate for so long. When I talk to the common lay person, sometimes my mind is not on that level.
Right.
So when you say don't give them half the money up front, don't do half. Like what should they expect?
So for us, for our company, and I would say most of the big companies operate the same way. I mean, we usually have a $500 or $1,000 deposit. Doesn't really matter what job it is.
Okay.
There might be draws down the road. If you have a metal or a tile job that is a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 job, we'll get a draw for money when we start the job.
Stages of completion.
Yeah. And then we'll get another draw when we finish. Right. But for a shingle job, that's, really almost any shingle job, because our production guys are excellent. So we'll be $1,000, probably the most we'll take, and then we'll get paid when we're done.
Wow.
I mean, we're, depending on what office you're at, we're probably 3 to 4 weeks, take the months out. We used to be months behind, but we're not anymore.
Yep.
But 3 to 4 weeks behind, when you sign a contract, we got to go get a permit and do all that stuff.
And that's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's very reasonable.
And when we're there, it's 2 days, maybe 3 days, depending on how the size of the house.
Yep.
And we're in and out. And then we come collect our money when we're done. So, for you to give 50% of your money to somebody, or 40% or whatever to somebody that you don't know.
Exactly.
I mean, you don't know me either, but at least we have a reputation to uphold, just like Fred's guys and everybody else is at that level.
Yep.
There's no, we don't need that money.
Yeah.
I mean, our company's pretty good size. We can afford to buy materials we need to.
Right, exactly. Because that's what some of these other unscrupulous type companies will do. They'll use that deposit money and try to fund it if they're going to do the deal. Yeah, most of them walk away.
PayPal
They say, "Oh, I got that guy."
Yeah, and then and when it runs out, then they're out. And unfortunately, we've come across that a lot in the Panhandle, as you can imagine. People who I mean, we had one little cul-de-sac, and a guy came out and tarped all their houses, and they gave them all $5,000 to come do all the roofs, and
wow,
never came back.
So they got a $5,000 tarp.
$5,000 tarp.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah.
And no way to recoup. I mean, the guy was from another state.
Yeah.
You know, they just, you know, he was there, and they thought, oh, hey, he's putting tarps on a roof. He's a good guy.
Right. Yeah, because he had the sheep, the
he
wolf
had
clothing.
I'm sure he had a truck that had roofing on it, and they were like, okay, well, hey, if you get our roofs, that's great.
Yeah. Wow. You know, people, unbelievable.
It's disheartening.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It really is.
That's a tin man mentality.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, you know.
That's right.
It's a scam artist.
Yep.
You hate to say it.
Yep.
I mean, it just is what it is. And, you know, makes a bad name for us, you know.
Yep.
But it makes a bad name for all the trades, really. You know, those horror stories are out there, but they're real.
Yeah. Man, and every now and then, you know, law enforcement catches them, and those suckers. What would he go to? What would he get? What would his penalty be if he got caught?
It's actually a felony in the state of Florida.
Good.
Yeah.
Will he get jail time?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Maybe.
he could, for
Depends
sure.
on how good his attorneys are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say that the state and the municipalities have been very good. Well, not very good, but they've been really better in the panhandle than anywhere else that I've ever seen for going out, checking jobs.
Good.
Making sure that you're licensed, I'm licensed, he's licensed to do the work that we're doing on the house, and that there's a permit on that house to do that work.
Good.
So they've arrested quite a few people up there.
Yep.
Which is what they should be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, stay with us right here, Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, we got an all-star lineup for you today. Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, and Fred DeFelice, Water Science as well, waterscience.us. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got a lineup for you here, great lineup, and a feel-good story of the week, of the day coming up right after this short break. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. Ian Beckle.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show. I want to invite you to an event we've got coming up, BYOB. And no, it's not bring your own booze. It's be your own brand. This is an awesome event we've got coming up Thursday, April 18th, 6 to 9 p.m. at Nickel. It's 4606 West Boy Scout Boulevard, right behind the Lucky Dill, across from the International Plaza Mall, right off of Boy Scout there. BYOB, be your own brand. Learn how to stand out. Learn how to grow your business. Learn how to brand yourself to stand out. Thursday, April 18th, 6 to 9 p.m. We would love to see you there. There are going to be a lot of our expert contributors from the Quarterback Show there as well, and great networking available for you. So come on out for that event next Thursday, right around the corner. And we got a great lineup for you today here. Chuck Peterson in the house, Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, and Fred DeFelice as well, Water Science. So let's talk a little bit at Screens and Aluminum here, Fred. What have you guys been up to?
Well, there's plenty of business. Sitting here next to Chuck, and I'm realizing Chuck is taking care of a lot of the insurance work for the storm damage, and I'm saying to myself, please, no more storms. We don't need the storms.
We need a year off for dang sure.
With all of the construction and as good as the economy is, I actually share a lot of leads with some competitors. And on the ride over, I was talking to a guy who I've competed with for many years, and he actually puts a lot of his bids on a waiting list. And people are willing to wait because you just can't get to them quick enough. I get up this morning, I checked my email. There was about 16 to 18 leads that just came through this morning. And I'm still trying to run leads from 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Now, am I complaining? Not at all.
Yeah.
But there's,
I don't know. It sounds like a little bit. I don't know. Chuck, what do you think?
Yeah.
168 hours in the week, right?
Wow.
I sleep sometimes.
Yeah, you sleep a little bit. I know you're busy. You guys are.
It's good. It's all good.
Yeah.
And I like that comment on the payment system, like the way you do it, Chuck, with taking draws, good point. We do that quite often.
Right.
Because my projects, some of them are, 2 months to get a permit, and then another 2 months after that if there's significant masonry required and foundation work, as well as drainage, which we always talk about.
Yep.
Pavers. I'll get a limited deposit up front to get the permit process rolling. And then as the permit's released, I usually get another draw, and then we hold off till the concrete's done, and then that guy gets paid, the concrete contractor gets paid, and then we continue from there, which I think is a good thing. Yeah. That way you don't tie up all the money at one time.
Right.
And a homeowner myself, I certainly wouldn't want to lay it all out all at one shot.
Right.
And even 50% is a little high. How do you do with that, Fred? You the same way?
Yeah, basically a small deposit and then on completion.
Yeah.
But we also have finance.
Yeah. By the way, Fred, you look great. I want to tell you, Fred and I, him and I, we go back to the turn of the century. The most recent century, not the one before that.
The most recent.
You look great. Is it the water?
It's got to be.
Got to be the water, right?
There you go. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, the screen business is phenomenal. And, of course, I always like to talk about the new Renaissance product, which are you able to pull that up?
Yeah.
That is a great product. To me, that is the evolution. This is the final stage of the evolution of the screen enclosure.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say the final stage, but this is the one of the nicest products that I've seen come out in this industry in the past couple of years. Just before this, we've introduced the panoramic view pool cage, which allows the rear end of the cage to be practically wide open. That's another concept that came out recently.
Right.
So there's a lot of things changing in the industry, and of course when the product changes, the engineering changes, and that's always interesting to me. I just love this product.
Yeah, it really is.
And
boy, so that whole piece is aluminum. It's
all solid aluminum. I've got a couple samples in the car. The gauge of the metal is phenomenal. It's much heavier than anything else that we use in the pool screen industry for uprights.
I like that. Looks freaking great.
And it's all powder coated. It's a powder coated product. And Chuck, you know what powder coating is all about.
Tell me about powder coating.
Well, powder coating it's a dry method of painting a product. They'll negatively charge the metal, positively charge the painted powder. So they go into a booth and together it goes. And
it's like it's heat sealed in the metal.
Wow.
And it's never, it can come off, but it's a lot more difficult to take that off as opposed to standard paint.
Wow.
So scratching,
Interesting.
it's much more resistant to scratching. Doesn't mean you can't scratch it, and it has a very significant sheen look to it.
Yeah.
More like when the car would come off the assembly line.
Right.
It would have that deep look to it, that deep shiny look to it.
That's
very
awesome.
nice.
Yeah. If you just joined us, I'm talking with Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, and we're talking about ways that you can make your home. It's a lot of people, it's their number one investment, especially when you look at your primary residence to have that comfort. And we're talking with Tampa Screens and Aluminum about different types of opportunities they have in terms of patios, lanai, screen rooms. There's probably 6 or 8 names for what you offer. Isn't there?
Right. And so we start with lanai, and I like to start
yeah.
with lanai because there's people that move to Florida from the Northeast. They come down there and they say they want a lanai. They're not sure what it is, and a lanai can cover a lot of things. A lanai can be a cage over a pool. A lanai can be a screen room, patio. When I came down here, I didn't know what it was. Lanai, I tried to figure it out.
Outdoor living space.
Outdoor living space.
Yeah, that's right.
The in between space.
That's right.
Which that's a term. That's a term that you came up with.
The new term.
Thank
right?
you so much.
Yeah. That's a good one.
And it is my job, basically, to take the picture that's painted in my head about the finished product, which is hypothetical, it's not there yet, and get my customer to see the same picture in their head that I'm seeing in my head. And that is part of the interesting part about my business.
Mm-hmm.
That's the challenge, and I look forward to that.
Do you have them describe it to you first so it's kind of their idea? Or are you saying, here's an idea I have that might work. What do you think? Let's tweak it. Let's change it if we need to.
No, generally what I do, customer wants a quote, and then we try to figure out whether they want a screen roof, solid roof, or the new Renaissance product. And I try to get an idea of a size. I try, and then of course they want the whole backyard done, and I say, well,
always.
I said, well, now let's talk budget, and then all of a sudden now the budget will dictate the size.
Right.
So then I will try to produce a product within that budget range based on whatever type of roof they want. Yeah. And we have to be very aware of the homeowners associations and the deed restricted communities. There are certain communities that only allow certain types of solid roofs, only allow certain types of screen roofs, that kind of thing. So some people may move in from another state and they want something that the community does not allow. And generally, everybody who works with Tampa Screens, we typically know what is and what is not allowed because we've been doing it so long. Yeah. So sometimes that's a heartbreaking situation. They want something, and I say, well, I can't give you that, but I can give you this. And they get the frowns on their face. Now I got to turn that around, Yeah. But we do very good at it.
Yeah, that's interesting. So with these screen rooms, the roof, it's not always going to be a flat structure. It's not always going to be not a flat, but a closed-in circuit. Some people might want light to come through the screen if they're going to grow plants in the back or whatnot.
Yeah, and the cage. Let's say pool cages. Pool cages, you can have let's not talk flat. You don't want to put a flat roof on a pool cage. Yeah. You can have a
put a flat roof on anything, do you?
Well, not really.
No,
you
got to have an angle.
You
no
can,
flat.
You can gable it. You can mansard it. Mansard would be up, over, and down. And then there is actually a dome out there, which I don't really like the looks of the dome. To me, it doesn't blend in with anything.
It's kind of odd.
Yeah, there are some people that want the dome. These are all products that are available in our industry for the cage roofs. Now, the solid roof product, unfortunately, should be either flat or gable. Okay, not mansard. Mm-hmm. Okay, I can do this with a composite panel roof. That would be a gable.
Right.
But 95% of the composite panel roofs are basically, they start out at the back of the house at certain elevation. They pitch down 1/2 inch per foot for drainage, which would be considered a flat roof.
Yeah, flat roof.
No, flat roof is if it doesn't pitch at all.
That's too flat.
I know, but you're not in our industry. It's like they call it bronze. It's not bronze. It's dark brown.
I got all that. And we still call it flat too, but it's pitched.
It's pitched.
When you get done, it's got water running off of it.
It has to have what we want.
Yeah, that's the problem that we saw in the real estate industry back in the 80s is they would build those roofs, not your kind of roofs, Fred, talking about Chuck's, because he's got, when that word flat roof comes out, he's like, oh no, because you ripped off thousands of those.
Literally thousands.
Whoever came up with that idea?
As I'm sure it's probably not a realtor or an aluminum guy.
Maybe a tin man.
No, I don't think so.
Another tin man, right?
So
We're blaming that on the architects.
As a budget, I bet you it was more of a budget thing. People doing like a little lean-to.
It's always on the back porches, or the front porches or something like that, and they're just doing it cheap as they can because you don't have to actually build a truss. You just build one little thing and put a little roll roofing on top, and 10 years from now it leaks.
Anywhere where there would be a snow consideration, that wouldn't exist.
True.
There's no way I could take snow load.
Nope.
It's just going to pile up and get so heavy.
You don't have it.
And that could even be as far north as Jacksonville.
That doesn't count. Right? Let's be honest.
Okay.
You're not going to get much snow built there?
No.
Yeah.
No. Maybe the North Carolina mountains, about close as we get to worrying about.
Okay. All right. You would know.
There you go. All right, good stuff. Well, hey, more from our expert contributors coming up. We got Fred Muth in the house, Chuck Peterson, and Fred DeFelice coming up. Now, Fred is going to talk about water coming up. And if you're interested in water quality, how you can live a better life, protect your family, and just enjoy some really great tasting water, we're going to talk about that coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Stay with us. Do not touch that dial. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. The Consumer Quarterback Show page is out there as well. PlatinumMVPTeam.com as well. We'll be right back after this short break.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. PlatinumMVPteam.com for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. I got a couple of hot properties here I want to let you know about. 7424 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. This is a corner gas station available opportunity. Light mechanical. He's got a food mart in there as well. Corner lot, just a huge corner lot in 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. Great opportunity here for a real estate purchase for that business person who is looking for something of that nature. Got light mechanical work there at this gas station corner lot as well. Great location there. 4101 Coquina Key Drive South in St. Petersburg. This property, it's a nice waterfront home. This has deep water access out into the bay. 4101 Coquina Key Drive South. This property has direct access out into the bay, and it's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage on Coquina Key. Deep water canal. You can take up to a 30-foot boat and a sailboat. You know, the sailboats have those deep the bows, the way they're all designed. So great opportunity there. 4101 Coquina Key Drive South in St. Petersburg. Great opportunity here. PlatinumMVPteam.com. This segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Brothers Easy Moving. They do a great job, whether it's a local or long distance move. They are a first class organization, and we can tell you that from firsthand experience. They came over and moved my wife and I into our brand new home that we just built, and they do a wonderful job. Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Now, make sure you give Gary a call. Gary Thacker is the owner. Call him up. Let him know that Brandon Rhymes, the real estate quarterback, mentioned you on the show, and I want to take you up on that special offer and incentive just by mentioning that you're a fan of the show. All right, we got Intelligent Talk Radio, some intelligent folks here in studio. We heard from Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing. He's coming up. More from Chuck in our lightning round. We got Fred Muth in the house, Tampa Screens and Aluminum as well, coming up for some consumer advocate advice in our lightning round. Now we're going to talk water. We got Fred DeFelice. He is a lot of information. You got a wealth of information dealing with water science. So waterscience.us. What you been up to?
Wow, so much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So tell us about this.
Let me start out. I'm a second-generation master plumber.
Okay.
So I grew up in the business at a young age. So basically, I've been in water all my life, you know.
Yeah.
If you ask my wife, she'll say I'm mostly in hot water.
Okay, there you go, hot water.
So I have a real passion about it. And when we moved here from Pennsylvania 20 years ago, I guess. Oh, no, not that much. I was really shocked the water condition here as compared to what we had in the Pocono Mountains. You know? So I did a lot of investigating and got connected with actually scientists in the water industry.
Okay.
And through them, we really learned about some of the technologies that were available that were totally different than the old technologies, such as salt-based water softeners. So much misconception about water treatment to begin with, you know.
Right. Yeah. So the water treatment, it's such a big part of our lives. We don't realize how much water we drink, even if it's in a beverage. Even if you say, I don't drink water, I drink Coke. Well, you're drinking water, you know, one way or another. So tell us about the importance of understanding what's in your water, Fred.
Yeah, this is the thing. We try to educate people the best we can so they can make their own decisions on what's best for them. But we start out with municipal water mostly is what we're involved with.
Okay.
And over the years, you know, our aquifers have gotten polluted, our rivers are polluted, and all of that stuff goes into the water treatment plant. And then it goes through thousands of miles of pipes before it gets to your home.
Yep.
So what could possibly go wrong, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And then, you know, they're adding fluoride, they're adding chlorine, they're adding chloramine, which is a mixture of chlorine and ammonia.
Ooh.
And that is so bad that people don't even realize. It's bad for the plumbing. It actually will make pinholes in copper piping.
Wow.
In Florida, you hear the dreaded, I have a leak in my slab. the water lines are under the concrete floor.
Wow.
And as they get pinholes in, they'll just leak, and then you either dig up or you repipe overhead.
Wow.
So there's situations there that people just aren't aware of.
Yeah.
And the old technologies, such as a water softener, misconception, water softeners do not purify water.
Right.
Yeah. They're going to help you get rid of the scale.
Yep.
But in the process, they also put sodium in the water. Sodium is, besides the chloramine, sodium also will make pinholes in your copper pipe.
And that's mainly too, if I'm not, when you think about hard water, soft water, that's just so your soaps will absorb more, or that's a part of it.
Yeah.
Or it'll not absorb, but lather up better.
Yep.
Those types of things. But yeah, those systems are outdated. Those aren't.
Yeah, it's old technology, and that's all we had years ago.
Right. Right.
So the technology we use today, for example, coconut shell catalytic carbon.
Wow.
That will remove lead, heavy metals, bacteria. I mean, there's so many things. And most of all, will take away the chloramine. It's the only thing that's been proven to remove chloramine.
Coconut shell.
Coconut shell catalytic carbon.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. I like that. So catalytic carbon. So this is something that you offer to homeowners, offer to consumers as an add-on addition to whatever water source they currently have.
Exactly. We'll take care of the water that comes in, and really it's the responsibility of the homeowner to treat the water at that point.
Mm-hmm.
The city's doing the best they can in getting it to you.
That's right.
But after that, if you're thinking about health, you need to take care of it right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think so many times people do think about health, but they don't realize, they go to the store, they'll buy a water bottle or have some kind of a water delivery system, and they think that's healthy.
Yeah.
They don't understand that, by adding this like coconut shell, catalytic carbon, the science behind it.
Exactly.
And then they might even say, oh, well, fluoride, I heard that's good. Don't they put that in toothpaste?
Yeah.
Right. But they don't understand the effects, especially when it comes to, you mentioned the piping, the pinholes in the piping and the way that might affect you with an insurance claim. I mean, there's a lot of things that could come up there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, the other big concern we have today is pharmaceutical drugs in the water. They cannot take that out at the treatment plant. And you're hearing it now, too, is microplastic particles.
Yes, that's a big one.
They're finding it in the plastic bottles that people are drinking out of. And, your body cannot assimilate that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Those microplastics, they show up everywhere.
It's in everything.
Yeah.
You're breathing it, everything. So you got to do the best you can do.
It's airborne too, Fred?
Oh, yeah, from all your furniture, your carpeting, anything like that.
What, like the new car smell?
Yeah.
Okay. So the new car smell. But it's such a microscopic, not microscopic, micro level of it. We don't see it.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You don't
you don't even really consider it. It doesn't even hit the brain in that level. But we're talking about, if you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us, as his company. He's a local guy. Does a great job with, let's talk about your team a little bit. You got a great team.
Yeah.
I believe your son's involved with the business. You guys come out, they'll go to the homeowner's home, condo, townhome, wherever you live, and sit down with you and walk through a free consultation. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. We simplified everything. We don't have salesmen that's going to come there and harangue you,
Mm-hmm.
I actually come out myself. My phone, my number that's published is my cell phone.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
You get a hold of me, I come. Within a half hour, I'll test your water, check your plumbing, and really try to educate you on the important things and really find out what you're concerned about more than anything.
Yeah.
We want to provide that service. And then if everything is good, we have financing. You can own our systems for about $1 a day.
Wow.
Within about we're running right now about 5 to 6 days. So we'll install this system. I have 2 of my 5 sons that are with me in the business. So,
nice.
Yeah, and one may be joining, another one joining as well.
That's awesome.
So there'd be plenty of DeFelices around to take care of you.
Nice. Yeah. So. That's awesome. And I can tell you again, a lot of our partners, we've done business with, and, I can tell you from firsthand experience, my wife and I had you over just a few weeks back, and the water is first of all, The process was awesome. You sat down with us and explained everything. And I think a lot of this people they have an idea about it, but to see it on paper, to see the proof, to see the science behind it, pharmaceutical drugs get flushed down the toilet or however they get into our systems, they're in there. And I think people subconsciously, they know it, but it's one of those things where, they're busy living their lives, doing their things, kids, soccer coaches, whatever they're doing, right? They're running around. But when you sit down with us, you go through the consultation, you test the water right there on site, and then the system was installed. And I tell you, it's just great. I love, and I'm the type of, I have my Yeti cup or whatever, and I drink a lot of water. I mean, I drink a lot of water, and I can tell you it's really good stuff.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Glad you're happy.
So I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And because it's such an incremental part of your health.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We work with wellness doctors, and they're always recommending us to their patients. They're always teaching about your body absorbing contaminants, and some things the body just can't get rid of.
That's right.
So you do the best you can at this point.
So you talk about longevity and you're a great example, man. You got great vigor. You're out there in the community. You're working hard. You're getting things done. And
I love it. I love what we do. We do all the assembly. We have a facility in Tarpon Springs, so our systems we offer a lifetime warranty as well.
Wow, that's great. So lifetime warranty, free consultations. Reach out to the show, 813-670-7372. Any questions you may have, anybody that you heard from on the show, of course, Suncoast Roofing, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. We've got Fred here talking about waterscience.us is his website, waterscience.us. We'd love to hear from you and get some feedback from you. If you're interested in hearing more about or maybe getting a consultation with Fred, just call the line, text the line, 813-670-7372. And of course, consumerqb.com. If you're driving, you can't get to your phone right now, consumerqb.com, like the Consumer Quarterback Show. All of our expert contributors are listed there on our website, their contact information, and you'll be able to find out more information about them from where they're at. So stay with us right here. When we come back, we're going to jump into our lightning round, and we're going to go through and we're going to talk about top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom from all of our expert contributors. Plus, we have a great feel-good story of the day coming for you here. Kentucky toddler beats stage 4 cancer right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
House or condo?
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. Your number one consumer advocate, Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region of Florida. Our signals all the way down to Fort Myers, Naples. We got, of course, Apple TV, Amazon, Roku now, 5 o'clock drive time. We're always helping you win. That's our goal. We're going to make you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And one of the best things we do, one of my favorite parts, is having a positive spin on this show. Every day we're going to tell you something positive in our Feel Good segment, and we're going to jump right into it now.
Tell me something good.
Kentucky toddler beat stage 4 cancer. 21-month-old, easy for me to say, right? 21-month-old girl in Kentucky has won the battle against stage 4 cancer after 15 months of grueling cancer treatment. Molly Hughes was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma at just 5 months old. Now her family is elated after getting the news that Molly is cancer-free. She's quoted as saying, the mother is quoted as saying, "I just kind of fell to the ground after I got off the phone and I just hugged her for like 5 minutes." Chelsea told WBKO. Chelsea shared the good news on a Facebook post. Quote, "Oh, happy day. Molly has some big news to share. Her scans were clear and showed no evidence of disease. There is no active cancer left in her little body. Our God is so good. Thank you for all your prayers." Feel good segment of the day. Right
Awesome.
there. Good stuff.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Yeah.
All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tell you something good here. We're going to jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Chuck Peterson.
My standard one, make sure you're dealing with somebody who is licensed to do the work you ask them to do. Make sure they actually pull a permit to do the work they actually tell you they're going to do. I mean, you have to take a little bit of responsibility as a homeowner. Make sure you're following up. Make sure those things happen. And
Call the county.
Yeah, and don't give away 50% of your money up front.
That's right. Yep. Should literally be what you said, $500,000.
I mean, we take very little. Everybody's got a little different amounts, but I don't think anybody in here is taking 50% of anybody's money up front.
Right. That's good stuff. Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. Top tips.
My stock statement is to any homeowner, make sure you ask a lot of questions. To any representative of any construction company. We Tampa Screens, we welcome the questions, and I feel my best when my customers ask me loads of questions. That way I realize that we've covered the majority of it and there should be no surprises on the back end. You would say the same thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, every now and then you'll go to a homeowner and they'll have a list of 10 questions they actually have written out that they've done research on the internet. And you're like, oh, this is going to be good because when it's done, he'll know he got what he exactly wanted to get.
That's right.
He'll know, and he'll be able to appreciate what you got because you understood what you were getting.
And the bidding process among contractors, it's all very similar. We plug in the numbers. We have a labor, material, permit. Hit it with a multiplier. That way we're not working for free. We all should be very close, and in most cases we are. If you get 3 or 4 bids and you find out somebody's way below or way above, either they did their math wrong or there's something wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
And some guys will plug in what they call the Murphy's Law factor. Which, they're going to be up there.
Yeah.
Some people will take the Murphy's Law factor out and put in the perfect world factor, which means they're going to be below.
Right.
Now, if you sell the job and if it's the at the perfect world price, basically, and then Murphy's Law comes along, it's right into your profit. But that's the gambling in the bidding process.
Yep.
But homeowners need to be aware that numbers should be close among contractors.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I like that. Top tips, nuggets of advice. Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us.
Yes, sir. The best thing I could say, when you get that postcard in the mail that says, we're going to be in your neighborhood this week testing your water, you're thinking, is the water company doing that? It's not. It's somebody setting you up for an appointment.
Oh, okay.
So anyone that you invite in your home to offer advice about water treatment, whether it be me or anybody else, you don't need to make that decision that same day.
Right.
You know, sleep on it, talk to your wife.
That's right.
Look at the websites. I like to give a lot of information and let them research on their own. You know?
Yeah. I
and
like
then
that.
make sure you're doing the right thing, you know.
Yep.
Pricing is a big point. Because we are manufacturers, we keeping the pricing in line so that we're trying to make it affordable. We do give discounts to military, first responders, anybody like that, you know, and we try to give back wherever we can.
And speaking of pricing, just some of our listeners are probably, you know, interested, but they're like, what's a range? Can you give them like a high, low, or average, or medium?
Now, we design systems for every different type, you know, from mobile homes, condos, all the way up to estate-sized homes.
Yep.
So basically, our equipment would start somewhere around $1,500.
Yep.
And go up from there.
Nice.
Plus installation.
Yeah, so you think about what's your health worth, right? You think about what's your children's health worth. You think about what's your longevity worth. You know, what's your, you know, you put that in perspective. You know, you add up the money you spend doing this or that. You know, Starbucks coffee seems like the one everybody picks on. You know, cut your Starbucks out and now you have your money, right?
We compare what people are spending on buying bottled water. It's amazing if they really analyze that.
Right. Good point.
You know, if you're spending $1 a day on bottled water, you can own a system.
Plus, great analogy, metaphor, and think about the environment too. But you know, a lot of the plastic bottles, they end up contributing to this effect of the microplastics you mentioned.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's important when you think about that. So that's very affordable, and you know, and it's convenient, it's healthy. And then if you do invest in your Yeti cup or whatever you use, you know, you're recycling, you're using that cup. That's right.
We use glass ourselves, and the other one to mention, our systems require no maintenance for 3 years.
Wow.
You know, so it's not like buying salt and putting it in there and all this. Nothing like that.
Awesome. That's really awesome.
And,
it's not like the other systems where you're buying
my kind of deal,
pouring stuff in there.
Yeah. So, no maintenance. I'm in.
Yeah, set it and forget it, right?
That's a good catchphrase.
How do you spell that word?
Yeah. We can go get a Yeti cup and sit out underneath our new lanai enclosure.
Yeah, the pergola's out there. And
pergola, lanai, in between space. We love it.
Yeah. And I like what you touched on too, Fred, is, you know, and I've heard, you know, all you guys talk about it similar. It's like if somebody's going to come in and make a pitch and then hit you with the alternative close, do you want package A or package B? Here you go, sign now. No, that's not the right salesperson for you. Right. You know, that's too much pressure. You don't need that pressure.
Buy from a used car salesman right there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's not how you want to do business, and that's not who we want as well, you know, with the show when we think about that. And if somebody's pressuring you for a decision, it's probably for a reason. You know, they're pressuring you, and it's a situation where you want to say, hey, you know, if you keep pressuring me, the answer is no. If you have to have an answer today, the answer is no. But if you give me time to think about it, then I might change my mind. It might be yes.
Yeah. I don't want to sell you. I want to provide you. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
And you want it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a great system. Highly recommend it. The water tastes great. The health effects are going to be there, and it's something that you know, you want to look at in your life. You really want to think about that. So Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, you had a coupon you wanted us to put up on the screen here. So tell us what we got looking at here.
$500 off.
Wow.
For the Brandon Rhymes radio show.
Yeah.
Folks.
Consumer Quarterback Show. You got the last roof you'll ever need. Shingles, tile, metal, flat roof, 25-year labor, 50-year shingle warranty, leak repair specialist, Suncoast Roofing. Longtime friends of the program. They do a great job. I can tell you again, another one that I've heard lots of great stories about here on our show. And doing a great job. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
So Fred,
appreciate it.
Give us something else. Give me you always have that good story too. You tell. The ladder.
There's quite a few.
There's one about the ladder.
How much time do we have? Can we go into the next program?
He's got, But I don't think they'll let us cross over.
What, the ladder thing?
Yeah. Go up the ladder.
Hey, Chuck, tell your installers. Never come down the ladder the way they went up. You know how that is, Brandon? Head first.
That's right. Yeah. Head first. I was trying to remember the punchline on that one. I couldn't quite.
Freddie DeFelice here. I recall I sold him a screen room years ago. I didn't know the guy.
Yeah.
This guy hit me with so many questions.
Yeah.
You know, I said, and he looked at me. He figured he's going to get me angry. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to be a good customer. I sold him the enclosure, and if you remember, then you take me around to your neighbors.
Absolutely.
I sold a couple of your neighbors.
So
Nice.
my brother-in-law,
Yeah.
everybody, yeah.
Freddie's a good guy. His check's clear.
That's awesome.
That's a plus.
That is a plus, big time. All right, hey, another great show. I want to thank Chuck Peterson. Thanks for coming in. Suncoast
appreciate
Roofing.
you having us.
Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. Thanks again. Always a pleasure. And Fred DeFelice, Water Science US.
So great.
waterscience.us. And all of our expert contributors can be found on our website, consumerqb.com, of course. And we want you to please go out there, consider committing a random act of kindness, pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, and hand it to that person that you see in need. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show. Weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Big.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.